I think when I was at the bottom of my career in academy, reflecting back on how I grew up and how my family's doing definitely played a very key role in bringing myself up. I think I have to do it for them. I have to provide for them and make sure they're also living comfortably, and they have no one else to fall back on. It's only me that they can rely on, and I want to help them, and I think that was a very big motivator for me as well to keep striving to be pro and to get back into the LCS.
I'm giving up on my expectations, let them go and see where it takes us.
This is the first time I've ever talked about something like this. I've never vented to anyone. It's just always been bottled up. When I'm doing well, I'm really doing well, and I'm doing bad, I hold it in and don't vent basically to anyone, and then I'm gonna be playing worse, and definitely it's hard.
I just wanna wake up in the warmth of the sun and thank the gods for the gift.
My name is Juan Garcia. I'm the jungler for CLG, and some people know me as Contractz.
I don't wanna worry no more.
So I grew up in just like a single mom family. My dad passed away before I was born. Relied a lot on my mom and also my brother as well. My brother and my grandma. That's pretty much the kind of like the family that I grew up with. My mom always worked 2 to 3 jobs growing up to support us, make sure I could eat, I could live in a house, didn't have to worry about working another job. Just overall doing everything she can to support me and my brother.
I was 4 months pregnant with Juan when his dad was in a car accident and was killed by a drunk driver. Trying to raise 2 kids on my own with working 2 jobs, it was just hard.
So my mom's had a few jobs. She mainly worked as a waitress, and she also did an office job for a bit. She works at a bar with my grandma now.
My mom watched him while I worked during the day, and while she watched Juan, they played online PC games, hunt for the hidden objects or ABCs, or he used to just sit on her lap and just do it for hours. It was great.
It sounds funny, but the grandma was always on the computer playing solitaire and Mojang and all these marble games. She was the one that got me my first computer when I was younger. Getting home from school right away, I would go into League. I would wake up early in the morning to watch LCS, watch Worlds. So I was definitely very dedicated, and it's always something that was floating in my mind when I started getting higher rank, but not something I was necessarily pursuing. It kind of felt like I got lucky in a sense.
C9 offered him this amazing contract to go down and live in the house. I was terrified. I'm like, who's gonna watch him? He doesn't know how to use an ATM card, he doesn't know how to do laundry. I still cook his dinners. What is he gonna do? So it was a big step for both of us. I remember him calling me from Santa Monica, doing FaceTime and showing me his washing machine, telling me which buttons he's supposed to press to do laundry. It was crazy. I was more concerned about school. I wanted him to go to college and do better than me working 2 jobs, trying to raise kids in a family. So I was really trying to push him to college, but so I let him go. I figured he had to follow his dreams. If I had one, I would hope my mom would let me go. So that's what I had in my head to do, let him do.
My mom was very supportive of letting me have hobbies and just playing games and enjoying what I do. Her letting me have this opportunity to even attempt to go pro, very grateful.
To start off, we've got Cloud9. They're welcoming in rookie jungler Contractz. He's looking to be that missing piece to get Cloud9 back to the very peak of the North American LCS.
He was just another young, talented, extremely mechanically proficient NA jungler, just wants to outplay everyone at every possible moment.
Here comes Contractz! And Contractz trying to turn around. Jensen does not Contractz! He's not going to fast blood! Kicks Starlock into the Tara range! Woo! Just breaks the game over his knee, looking for number 5. Here comes the damage up, but he
My rookie year was definitely expected for myself. I feel like that was like the expectations I had for myself at the time. I was a very confident young player.
Finds it, gets it. Oh my God, Contractz!
That was probably like the peak of my career where I was like the happiest and I was playing the best and, you know, I had everything set up for me.
Making it to finals for Contractz as a rookie, winning rookie of the split, that's a super impressive start to a career. It's shocking to think how good he was, to think he wasn't on that team again.
C9 became my home, you know. I was really happy there. You know, they were very supportive of me and, you know, my ideas and what I wanted to do. And unfortunately, I made some mistakes, made some hasty decisions, which led to me getting off of C9. I had a really good offer from C9 that I wasn't, you know, I just kept wanting more. You know, I was too greedy. And like I said, I was young, I wanted more, right? I made mistakes. My first year of LCS, I felt that peak, right? Like the top 8 at Worlds, you know? And that feeling is something many players don't get to experience. So just remembering back to that peak and how it felt to be there, I'm just trying to get back to that point. I definitely took a lot for granted, at least from when I was on C9. Once I got into GGS, I lost it all. I was very quick to learn that I'm nowhere close to the top of the league and, you know, where I want to be. And I had much to learn.
Golden Guardians, by the numbers, one of the like biggest failures of a roster that the LCS has ever seen. I don't think any team has ever gone 10th twice. You go from a second, almost first place team to 10th twice in a row to not even playing in the LCS. Like, Contractz goes on the roller coaster, and not the one you want when you're a professional player, right?
Putting myself in those circumstances is, as a young player, it's just really hard to deal with, especially when your team's not doing well, you're losing every scrim game, stage games aren't going well. It's definitely something that adds up over time and builds up a lot of mental stress. And I think at some point during those GGS years, I kind of just gave up on myself for a bit. Didn't put in much effort. Was kind of just going with the flow and really just driving by.
I have had a back problem since 2006, and I fell at a job. It's just a really difficult situation for everybody, especially the kids, because I wasn't quite there as I should have been. My mom had to step in and take care of the kids a lot of the times. Pain, medication is just, it's hard. And people that don't go through it don't understand what it does. It grabs onto you, the medication does. And unfortunately, it did grab onto me. I wasn't present like I should have been. And I just hope he understands that it wasn't something I chose to do, and I just love him, and I just hope the best for him, and I just miss him.
At the time, I was definitely, angry, upset, frustrated, disappointed. It's just so hard for me to relate to, being addicted to something like that. So that's why I was really frustrated and disappointed, because I just could never see myself in that kind of scenario. As time went on, and I'm 22 now, almost 23, I can definitely see where she's coming from, and and how much pain she was in, and she just didn't want to be in pain, right? That's all it is. And she's working 2 to 3 jobs, doesn't have enough money, to pay for surgery, and I'm still getting new computers and just braces, etc. You're just never really having to worry about money myself. I think she buried it a lot in herself, and obviously that's what a parent wants to do, right? You don't want to make your kids worry or make them stress. You just want them to have a happy life, So definitely as I grew older, I realized how much she was doing for me, and you know, how much she cared for me because of what she did. I was already on GGS at the time when I had this conversation with her. I had a talk with her about it, you know. She told me she's doing a lot better. You know, she's overcome it, and you know, I'm just happy that, you know, she's gotten to a point where you know, she's just living well, and you know, she doesn't need to rely on those things.
Every life situation, problem gives someone a little bit of a lesson. And I think me going through that situation and him and Juan seeing what happened with me, who wants to be in that situation? No one wants to be in a situation where they're struggling. And knowing that he fell off and he wasn't being thought of as one of the top, that it gave him an absolute motivation to keep on going.
Because I was contemplating just like not playing anymore, but kind of just told myself that, you know, I'm gonna give it another go. I'm gonna put in all the effort that I can to be the best and get back into LCS. And you know, that was kind of like the turning point in my career where it kind of clicked to me to where like I'm gonna put in the effort to, you know, be the best that I can be.
We have a new person coming into the EG lineup. Contractz swapping in for Sven Skjern.
I subbed in for EG in 2021 summer. It was probably one of the most emotional games of my career. I think it was just really surprising to me to go against the first place team and, you know, perform with this much confidence. Like that game, for me, it felt like I was just in flow state.
Well, that looks risky. Moonfall pop, Contractz looking for this solo play! Finds it, Contractz in the 1v3 outplay! He's going again, hey, look at that! Oh, that's so filthy!
Let's fucking go, boys! Oh, it feels good, man.
And after the game, after we won, you just start getting emotional. I couldn't control it. I think I kind of backtracked. I'm like, wow, it's been like 2 years since I've been on stage. Had like a rough 2 years after I left C9, right? Sorry.
When he went to C9 and I saw him went to China, they did amazing. I knew it wouldn't stop for him. I absolutely knew that he was gonna be one of the best. I just felt it.
What a summer split so far by CLG. Into the wall. Well, Contractz wants it again, and he gets it. Contractz, he's going in for another one. Contractz. Contractz is just an absolute hero for this squad.
You know, I'm excited. It's been a while since I've competed for, you know, a top spot. I mean, that's always the goal, for sure, when you're a pro league player, at least for me. I'm confident in myself, and that was always something that I wanted to achieve again, get back to finals, make it to playoffs, make a good run for Worlds. My mom's, you know, still very supportive, and definitely she was, you know, texting me congratulations and, you know, happy to see you back. And you know, whenever you get messages like those, it always hits a little bit different, you know? It always feels really good, and kind of your hard work is showing and it's paying off.
I'm just proud of him. It was a hard struggle growing up with him, being a single mom. And I'm just glad he's doing well.
She's the reason why I'm out here. A lot of my motivation and, you know, just drive comes from her.